Zuck is love, Zuck is life. Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Of course, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, is obviously not a lizard. Well, that's where you're wrong, and we're here to tell you why.
Here you can see scientific evidence compiled by the world-renowned scientist PewDiePie. In his video logs noting his scientific research, he explores multiple sources that prove Mark Zuckerberg is in fact a lizard. Here you can see the scientist himself explaining his research.
Well, Mr. Zuckerberg, dug yourself into a hole? Mr. Zuckerberg. Not a lizard people, he said. We've been seeing Mark Zuckerberg act strange for a long time now, from the infamous or famous meme, "Nice job, team."
New face filters on Instagram today. This is my favorite one so far. Nice job, team.
With Mark Zuckerberg's antics. But what is it? Why is the man leading a social media network so incapable of socialness?
You kind of need to remind yourself that you need to focus and try not to let stuff bother you as much as possible. But it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still. But I was just referring to myself in the past. Not that I was not human.
I was just referring to myself in the past. What does it mean? Now, that sort of thing doesn't just slip out of your tongue, okay, Mark? Alright? I was human. That just doesn't happen normally, okay? You just don't simply say stuff that you're not supposed to say, like horrifically offensive words that are genuinely frowned upon by the entirety of humankind. Except the... Okay, alright. Well, it just doesn't happen, Mark! I need answers.
Another well-known scientist, who goes by the name of Laserbeam, has also created a scientific study on this topic. His evidence is playing now.
Just the way he goes from a human emotion back to absolute dead face. That man is a computer program. Forget the egg. He was made with software. Just a picture of Mark Zuckerberg sitting on his wireless charger. It's exactly the same. It takes a lot of power to run a Zuckerberg bot.
Prime example of the amount of evidence against a Facebook CEO comes from the world-renowned science magazine, The Washington Post. In their conspiracy field article, they examined a video of Mark Zuckerberg during a live Q&A, in which he appears extremely flustered and seems to be at a loss of words when he asked if he was a lizard.
There's some pretty good ones, especially. You know, one of the crazy things when you do these live Q&As is some of them are very silly. So we got one. Mark, are the allegations true that you are secretly a lizard? I'm gonna have to go with no on that. I am not a lizard. But you know, keep the high quality comments coming in, please. This is surely on track to be a great live Q&A if we continue getting stuff at that level of quality. There's actually a lot of funny stuff in here too.
Here is some more convincing evidence during the Senate hearing. Zuckerberg's contact lenses fall off, revealing a horrifying lizard eyes. This is clear proof that Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard. We can clearly see the lizard eyes.
You argued that Facebook users wouldn't trust you if they thought you were giving their private information to the intelligence community. Yet you use and sell the same data to make money. Do you believe you're more responsible with millions of Americans' personal data than the federal government would be?
Senator, I control the federal government. I control you. I control the life of every human in this room. I feed on your personal data. It nourishes me. It completes me.
Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, is a lizard. We've gathered clear evidence from pictures online to Senate research. We can 100% confirm that Mark Zuckerberg is indeed a lizard.